Hi, I'm Andy and welcome to my channel about crypto. In today's video I wanted to talk about a few different options how you can make money from crypto when the market is a bit bearish or the prices of crypto generally are going down. In the last few weeks we've certainly seen quite boring price action from Bitcoin. From the highs of around $70,000 for the most of those last few weeks we've been trending downwards and downwards by quite a bit. We had a similar period in the summer of 2021 when essentially the whole crypto market was just trending sideways for about 3 months or so. And of course during periods like this it's quite difficult to make any profits by simply holding crypto because the price is not going up. So you can hold it hoping that it will go up in longer term. But there are quite a few options which allow you to earn interest on crypto. And this way you can add more crypto to your bags, and then of course once the price goes up, well, that crypto is going to be worth much more. So it's not just about earning some extra crypto in short term, it's more about how much that crypto will be worth while the prices eventually go up. So in this video I want to look at a few different examples. By no means they're all the available options out there. It's more to just highlight essentially a few different ways how you can earn interest on crypto, a few different models if you wish. And also these are all examples I have experience with because I'm staking crypto using those particular methods and those particular tokens. So when you are looking at staking your crypto, you should consider a few factors. Staking period, essentially for how long you have to stake your crypto. Is it flexible? Do you have to lock it for a certain period of time? How long that period of time is? And what exactly are the conditions if you want to cash out or you want to unstake before that period is over? Most likely you will lose all the interest you would earn during that time. But are there any other restrictions or any other penalties? Because of course the price of crypto may suddenly start going up, or that particular token may suddenly start becoming much more valuable. And you may decide that actually you don't want to wait the whole staking period. You just want to cash out as soon as possible. So it's important to know exactly what are the conditions of what's the length and what are the conditions of the particular staking period. The next very important factor is APY. So, well, what's the interest, how much you can earn? And generally the longer the staking period, the higher the APY, but it varies a lot and I will show you examples in a minute. So it's very important to check that out. Then, are there any fees? So if you're staking crypto that's on Ethereum blockchain, well, most likely, there will be a gas fee involved to stake and unstake at the very least. There may be some other fees as well. Like for example, it's the case with Cardano stake pools, that part of your interest goes to the operator of the stake pool. So it's important to understand all those fees. And sometimes it may make more sense to stake something that's on a different blockchain than Ethereum, purely because, well, there are much lower or hardly any fees involved with staking and unstaking. It's especially important if you only have very small amounts of crypto, where on Ethereum it may, in some cases, the staking fees may be higher than whatever interest you would earn, while on something like, let's say, Avalanche, staking fees may be $1 or so, and then even if staking only a very small amount, it's still probably worthwhile. Next important factor is the custody. So where that crypto actually goes, what happens with it when it's staked. So for example, if you're staking your Cardano, you still retain full custody of your tokens. Basically, they stay in your wallet, but you're just pointing them to the stake pool. So you have still full control. There is no risk of losing your Cardano by some platform being hacked. Well, unless that platform, of course, is your own wallet. In many other cases, you have to actually transfer the tokens out of your wallet to a particular stake pool. And well, very often it's still perfectly secure, but of course, you know the rule, not your keys, not your crypto. So you don't really have full control, and there is potential risk that those funds may be lost in a hack or something similar, or just simply someone may be a scammer. And then finally, is there a minimum amount you have to stake in order to be eligible? Well, the minimum amount you have to have in order to be eligible for staking. So let's have a look at a few different examples. One of the tokens I stake is S-Fund, Seedify Fund. And I stake it mainly because staking S-Fund is required to be able to participate in IGOs. Seedify Fund is a launchpad for gaming projects. And at the moment, if you want to be eligible for their IGOs, well, first of all, you have to have at least 1,000 S-Fund. And second, they have to be staked. And as you can see, you have a few different lock durations, 7, 14, 30, and 60 days. And basically, well, it's entirely up to you which one you choose. But if you then look at this article here, you will see that if you lock for 7 days, it will only offer you 5% APY. That's not 5% during those 7 days. That's 5% over the course of a year if you were staking every 7 days. If you stake for 14 days, that will give you 11%, then 30 days gives you 25%, and 60-day lock will give you 55% APY. So that's what I said earlier, that usually the longer the staking period, the higher the return. And as you can see in this case, it can vary by quite a lot. So that's one option, and it's a good example because, well, not only staking gives me benefits of earning interest on my crypto, but also gives me access to IGOs, and IGOs generally are very, very profitable. Another crypto I'm staking is Verasity, and to be able to stake it, you have to transfer your Verasity to your own Vera wallet, and that wallet has essentially two sections. It's like the main wallet and staking wallet, and then basically within the wallet you can stake your Verasity tokens. And as you can see, you earn interest daily, 0.07%, which over a course of 1 year is equivalent to 25.55%. There's a minimum requirement of 10,000 Verasity, but that at current prices, it's something like, I think, around $300 to $400 at the time of making this video. So it's not a huge amount. And there is actually also maximum stake, but well, of course, that's quite a lot, so probably don't have to worry about that. So I think that's a really good example of how you can earn interest on crypto, decent amount of interest on crypto, in quite nice flexible way, because you're earning interest daily and you have control because it is in your own Verasity wallet. And also the entry is not too high. Another really popular option are Cardano stake pools. There are loads of them, and if you go to adapools.org, you can see long list of various Cardano pools. Generally, you can expect around 5-ish% APY from staking ADA. As I mentioned earlier, you actually keep ADA in your own wallet. So in my case, I use Yoroi wallet, but there are different wallets supported. So you have that security that your tokens are not going anywhere. And also, as the tokens are being added to your balance, of course, that means that with time, there's bigger and bigger capital on which you earn interest. Of course, at 5% per year, it will go up very slowly unless you hold a large amount of ADA. But nonetheless, well, it's free money. So especially like in recent weeks and even months, ADA has been going sideways or going down for quite a while, and we'll probably see this trend continuing for, I would expect, even few months before ADA properly lifts off. And well, it makes perfect sense that if you're waiting for months for something to happen, if you're holding your tokens for months, well, you should stake them, because then you can actually earn quite a fair bit of money. And of course, once the prices start going up, well, that's where you will start seeing true benefits. If at the moment ADA is around $20, $30, well, imagine when it goes to $8 or $10 later in this market cycle, which is perfectly possible, that those relatively small rewards you may be getting right now may not being worth actually quite a fair chunk of money. Then we have something like COTI, and although I do hold COTI, I don't actually stake it because I don't hold enough of it. You need 25,000 COTI as a minimum to be able to stake it. And then, as you can see, the more COTI you have, the higher APY, but also staking period may start increasing with higher holdings. And that's very often the case, because essentially that helps with keeping the price more stable. You don't want someone who has, well, in an ideal world, if someone has a huge wallet and that's staked, well, if you lock it for a longer period of time, then those tokens are out of the market and stabilizing the price. So this certainly makes a lot of sense. Finally, a lot of exchanges and a lot of trading platforms may also offer interest for staking, and crypto.com offers up to even 14.5%, but there are quite a few conditions you have to meet. And you can see that, well, depending on the token, there are different maximum APYs you can get. So say you want to put your Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin is a typical long-term hold, right? So rather than holding it, well, you could hold it in your own wallet, which makes it more secure, but you could just stake it with crypto.com and earn 8.5% per year. In theory, because this will also depend whether you're staking any CRO tokens. CRO is currently around 50 cents. So at the minimum, you would need around $200 or less. That gives you the lowest bracket in terms of interest. And then depending on the term, the shorter the deposit term, the less you will earn. So for example, if we have something like Bitcoin, let's say 400 CRO or less, and you want flexible deposit term, that only gives you 1.5% APY. But if let's say you have 40,000, well, that only gives you 2%, not a huge difference, and 4,000 is 2% as well. But if you then lock it to 1 month, suddenly that jumps up quite a bit. And if you lock it for 3 months, well, suddenly that's 6.5. And then if you have a lot of CRO tokens, it's 8.5%. So it suddenly goes up quite a bit. If it's something like Tether, which is a stable coin, well, that can give you even 14%. Or if you hold 4,000 CRO, which would be around $2,000 at the moment, that gives you 12% or 10%. Well, 10% per year for staking a stable coin, it's actually pretty decent return. Especially if the market goes properly bear, well, we'll see how those percentages will change. There's a pretty good chance that they may drop a bit, but if there are still good staking rewards, that's how I'm planning to make a lot. That's how I'm planning to carry on making money in a prolonged bear market, by essentially staking my Bitcoin, my Tether, Ether, whatever other cryptos I will hold. Probably the main two I will hold in bear market will be Bitcoin and Ether. And then that allows me to carry on earning some interest, which then may be either used for ongoing spending or just adding to my bags or allowing me to purchase other coins. And then finally, I want to mention something like Wonderland, because that's a very different type of staking crypto. As you can see, APY here is at the moment very modest, just under 73,000%. And there are other similar platforms like Jade Protocol and Olympus and a few others. And that's something completely different. And I made a separate video about it. I will put a link at the end of this video. If you want to explore it, it's a very, very different concept. Of course, APY like this, it's not sustainable long term. So you have to be very careful. It's a completely different story. But if you're interested, check out my other video. So I think that's it for today. I hope you found this video useful. I hope you found the information helpful. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section. And yeah, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you like the content, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.